Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of Ballet International. Today, it's now our second important interview that we had. I had one this morning with a relevant artist of Portugal. Now we have a new guest who is also important. He works and lives in Nigeria, in the town of Abuja. His name is Reuben Nkwoka, and he is the artistic director of the Goodness Ballet Dance Academy. He is also a member at the World Artistic Dance Federation, and he is a jury member of the foundation of Benefis. So, as you see, we have an important guest tonight. Good evening, Mr. Reuben. May I call you Reuben directly?
Yes, it's fine.
Okay.
Good evening to you and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for hosting me on this show.
It's an honor to have you online. And it's an honor to have a country who is from Central Africa. I mean, a little bit in the West, but it's Central Africa. Because usually I always made interviews in the South or in the North. But now it's the first time I do an interview with an artist who is from Nigeria. So it's a good beginning for the year 2025.
Yes.
So, Mr. Reuben, how could you explain how you started loving the art of ballet, and how did you develop that? Who were your teachers, and how slowly you grew up with getting familiar with the world of ballet?
Okay, so I'll just give you a very brief history about my story in the past.
Yes.
I have a little cousin of mine. I've always seen her dance. That as at that moment, that was about many years ago. Can't really remember the particular year. So I've always seen that movement, that ballet movement in her, and I so much wish someday I'm going to take her to a ballet school. This is where the idea started from, right? Originally. And also knowing that my kind of person, I am someone who loves children so much. Like I am so passionate about children, especially children that desire to achieve a goal, right? As I have so much interest in such kids. So gradually, here in Nigeria, we watch major ballet shows online on YouTube and also on TV, right? That was also when we're coming up and up. So I've been watching these talent shows, and I see ballet performing. Ballet always come out in an outstanding way, like always different. Gracefulness is there, the beauty is there, the technique, everything. I just kept wondering, wow, so where is this? So how can I get myself involved? And I see that these things are things that even children are doing, teenagers and so on. This is where the passion or the dream started from. And I was like, okay, I need to get myself involved. Originally, I was an engineer, or should I say, I'm an engineer into construction, but I have passion for children. I need something that will connect me with the children. It's more like fulfilling your purpose, fulfilling your calling. And I was like, okay, so this could be the answer. So I started making research. I got one or two teachers online. One of my teachers that really stood by me, because I started late. I started ballet at the age of 27, if I'm correct. I started ballet at the age of 27, and I started online. I did not enroll in the real physical ballet school. Yeah, I didn't enroll in the physical ballet school due to ballet being under development in Africa and also in Nigeria. It's just coming and we're just getting to know and few ideas and all. So I got a teacher. Her name is Leora Amit from Canada. She's a ballet historian. So she's someone who made me understand most techniques and why they are executed and also the basics, everything, because it takes time to explain these things to me. You know who a historian is. They would calm down, explain every details for you. It's not just going to be a regular ballet class. It's going to be a regular ballet discussion, a conversation instead, right? So I started getting more interest, and from there, I was able to connect to few other teachers outside the country, in Brazil, in Serbia, in Russia. And when the good thing also is that when they see that I am also developing, they also want to help more. Because I cannot be rendering an assistant for you. I see that you're developing, and I would also want to, help you to also. I would want to associate myself with you. And now this is how the idea of, okay, time for me to start training ballet in schools now. This is where we started. We started training in schools, the normal high school, the normal schools that you know. So we introduced it as a club, and we tell them that, okay, you can, as at that time, it was free. We're doing it for free. I was speaking about I and my wife now, okay? So we started doing that for free. We started carrying out the projects and all that. And within a space of 6 months, the growth started coming in. The children, they do not know what it is, but they so much love it.
Yes.
You know, that moment when you don't know what you're doing, but you love what you're doing. That was exactly the situation.
Yes.
You know, they want to know more about this ballet. They've seen a few things like that on TV, but, so we started growing, and also with the help of my friend Leora from Canada. She advised me on what to do and a few things and all that. So we're able to set up a company.
Yes.
Right. We're able to set up a company. And I also did a lot of professional training with other teachers as well, online though. So we're able to set up a company, which is Goodness Ballet Dance Academy. And I always say to people, my own passion, my major desire is to see these students, these kids, is to see them grow, is to see their talents being nurtured, is to see it as I want to push it out to the world because I see the desire in them. I see the fire of them training. I see the fire of them dancing. And I see it happening. So I really want to help them, to give them that platform, that opportunity to do even better. Yeah, I don't know if I answered that.
In other words, you would like to give this opportunity to these children, the same opportunity that you have received, but it was too late for you. So you want to give it to the younger generation.
Yeah, exactly.
So how is the audience responding to the needs and to the help that you request for those children?
Okay, so if I understand your question correctly, you mean how are the children responding or how are the parents?
How are the parents responding?
Okay. So it started like when we started this whole ballet idea, and also knowing the area that we are, it wasn't quite easy because you have to educate parents. And also thanks goes to Leora Amis, the same friend from Canada. She was able to help me with a few tips, right? A few tips to educate parents, to let them know how important this ballet is. And mostly because here in Nigeria, parents are majorly interested in how will it affect their educational career positively.
Yes.
This is a very, very big area that we've been talking about. We've been having some interviews about and all that. So we had to tell them that, okay, for you to do ballet, we cannot have a ballerina or we cannot have a dancer who is dull with goal. It does not happen because even in training, we involve a lot of calculations. You have to be smart already to be able to put these techniques in order. you know.
Yeah.
So we have to start engaging them one-on-one, right? We have to start talking to them. And something that helps us is that when a parent more like, let me give it a try for 1 month,
Yeah.
and after 1 month, they see that, okay, this is getting better, this is good, my child is developing better. They talk to another of their friends, that one brings the other one, and that's how recommendation, you know. But now it's now, or even globally, everyone in Nigeria knows about ballet. Almost everyone knows about ballet, and here we are. When you tell people about ballet, it's not longer a new thing.
Yes. So how many students do you have now?
Okay, so in my academy, currently we've grown though. We have two branch, yeah, in the same Abuja. We have two centers, and totally, I would say consistent students. We have about 55 consistent students.
Good.
We are just 6 years old.
Yes. And so how did you create the class? I mean, did you divide them by age or by the capacity of the technique?
Yeah, I divide them by levels, by the capacity of your techniques.
Mhm.
Like for instance, I'm currently speaking with you from one of my studio, my head branch. This is the one I manage personally,
Yeah.
and this is how we do it here.
Yes.
When you are age 15, because we accept from age 3 to 24,
Yes.
we have different levels. We have the level one. Each level have two. Each level has two grades. Like the level one has beginners and advanced session.
Hmm.
The level two has the beginners and advanced session. The level three, level four. So we are currently in level four now. We don't have students that are beyond that level. So irrespective of your age, irrespective of your knowledge in ballet, when the parents want to register and you say you have a previous experience in ballet, you have to, this is our policy, you have to start from level one. It's
Yes.
more like, it has to be more like an evaluation. We need to evaluate, we need to see that the things that you have learned, we need to scrutinize and all that. Let's check out the techniques and all. Then you progress, So it's the levels by level, not age. In level four currently, which is the current level four beginners, which is the highest level, we
Yeah.
have age 13 there. I have age 9. Those ones that started early with us in the academy that are still with us as it stands now. Age 9, age 10, age 11, different mix of age.
Yeah.
But according to your capacity, according to your training.
Yes. And how many teachers do you have in the academy?
Oh, yeah, currently we are just about six
Six
teachers.
teachers. Six teachers.
Yes,
And they
yes.
all of them they teach classical ballet or this contemporary dance and other discipline.
Yeah, Goodness Ballet Dance Academy, we offer classical and contemporary strictly.
Yeah.
But classical is the major ballet that we offer, contemporary as a backup. So we offer both classical and contemporary ballet majorly. And our teachers, they do the same.
Yes. And depending of the age, but how long is usually the class? It's 1 hour
Okay, each
15,
class
1 hour
lasts for 2 hours.
30, more or less.
Yeah, each class lasts for 2 hours. Each class you take, it lasts for 2 hours. But level four is now being increased because uh, my understanding is the more you are promoted or the more you go, the longer your
Yes.
class time goes. So we're trying to increase level four class to 3 hours. So, but the junior ones, 2 hours maximum.
Yes. And either the students and the parents of the students, what do they think if one day ballet could become a profession? Do they accept this idea?
Well, I can categorically tell you, in fact, I can happily tell you that my students are already dreaming big, even bigger than my thoughts already.
Yes.
Some of them are playing themselves. Like we had a program last year, November, a Royal Festival of Art, and we had a talk show. And one of them were asked in that talk show, where do you see yourself in 5 years from now? Guess what her answer was? She said, 5 years from now, I see myself traveling all around the world, performing in different studios and in different stage all over the globe. I was like, 5 years from now, you're still supposed to be in school, but your mind, your mindset is big that you really, really want to take it even professionally, right?
Yes.
So I can clearly tell you that majority of them, they are looking forward to auditions, competitions, workshops, and all that outside the academy. They want to go out, they want to showcase themselves, and I'm happy for them. Yeah.
This is good. This is good. And I have seen some videos of your ballet academy, but I have also seen some other videos of other countries who are next to you, like Ghana and Lagos, and I have seen some other videos of Kenya. There are some ballet schools there. And I'm surprised and I'm very happy to see that in that part of Africa, in the central part of Africa, the art of ballet is growing slowly, slowly, but it's growing well. And the young generation are more interested, more keen to follow and to appreciate this art, which is ballet. Of course, it's not easy, but it's when they get familiar with it, they love it because they do it with all your heart.
That's true.
All their heart. So, do you create any choreographies, for the performances, or you just you create your own?
Okay. For studio training,
yes,
we have a curriculum we are following.
Yes.
Right? While for performance, we also have a different choreography. We have two types of choreography that we use, the choreographed dance that we use. One is a repertoire. Repertoire in sense that a classical performance, or it could be contemporary, but majorly classical performance that have been performance by the old ballerinas in the past years, so we can do something like that, right?
Yes.
So that's one. And secondly, I create, or my teacher create, or the choreograph, yes. So like the last festival program that we had 3 classical performances. One I choreographed myself, and the others were repetitions.
Good, good. And how do you manage with the costumes, the stage costumes, or ballet studio training costumes?
This is really a big question, and I'll take my time to elaborate to answer this because it's been a long journey and it's a very difficult one. But we're very thankful for where we are today. Costumes, and not just costumes alone, even ballet equipment are materials that are very, very difficult to get in Africa, not just Nigeria, but in Africa as a whole. So it makes it more difficult when we are training. You can see from the video, some of the students don't have ballet shoes and all that. Not like the parents in the academy are not willing to pay for ballet shoes, but to get the real one, the real ballet shoes that we use for training, other than getting something else. Like you can see some of them might be putting on a jazz shoe or something, thinking that was ballet shoe, right? But so for us to get the real ballet shoe itself, makes it difficult. That's number one. Costume also for performance, it's another area. We might have a donation company abroad that are willing to send costumes, but how to get them into the country, it's another challenge. You have to do some few things that has to do with shipping costs and customs and all that.
The custom permission.
Yes, exactly, which is actually not like it's difficult though, but in terms of the financial aspect, it's huge compared to where we are at the moment financially. So it's really a difficult situation, but
Yes.
Mine are still on.
Did
So
you?
we're hoping for the best, definitely.
Well, but probably one day you will succeed in creating the costumes and creating the ballet shoes on the spot in Abuja instead of importing the ballet shoes. You can find
Mhm.
some people who are able to create the ballet shoes, and you can sell them to the ballet schools, and that would be wonderful.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's as another area we're looking into. A very, very mind-blowing one.
Slowly, I think you will find a way to do it. You know,
Mhm.
you don't need a big factory to create ballet shoes. You need only maybe about 10 people who have the passion to do that. And you can also do the ballet shoes in tissue. No, there's no need of leather. So if you succeed in doing this, you have resolved a big problem instead of importing the ballet shoes from
Mhm.
outside. This is what they do in Alexandria, Egypt. In Alexandria, Egypt, instead of importing the ballet shoes from Europe, they created the ballet shoes themselves. And
Wow.
they found a way to create that, and now they have the whole market. They started very little in a small factory. There were only about 5 people working in the factory, and they slowly grew up, and now it became something important. So maybe you could also develop that as an idea. So when it comes to the moment of the exams in your ballet academy, uh,
Mhm.
do you have teachers who come from Europe or from Canada or from other countries to watch, to judge, to give notation and to correct?
Okay, so first of all, we live in a global village right now where we can easily connect with each other from wherever we are.
Yes,
And yeah, I have friends who are professional ballet teachers in different countries,
yes,
but then we have not had a professional ballet teacher from Europe or from any other country physically at the studio to correct or evaluate any of our exams.
mm,
What we do have is when it's time for exam, like I think I had a teacher from Royal Academy of Dance in the UK. Was it last year? We're having our ballet exam. I think there was a mock exam that we were having. So she gave me a few questions, a few works, and all that to show. That's for RAD syllabus, right? I looked into it. I was like, okay, so this can go for this particular level. So we're able to use it. And she also asked for feedback. So
yes,
what we do sometimes is that is either we connect with our teacher
yes,
online, maybe on Zoom or however, WhatsApp video conference, so that we'll do that, or we do a pre-recorded version of the exam and forward to our evaluators, and then from there we look into it and make decisions.
yes. Of course, when you do exams on Zoom, uh, it's completely different because when you have the teacher who is in the ballet studio, it has a completely different color, a completely different style, completely different approach, because you are in front of the students and the teacher can correct very little mistakes, which are very important. In Zoom, giving a class, all this is redimensioned in a smaller scale. So you don't have the opportunity to clean really accurately everything.
I
Uh,
agree.
but I'm sure you will succeed in creating the opportunities because you are a very clever person, very clever artist, and you put yourself into the soul of your students. And this is very good because you want to see them grow up. You want to see them improve. So I'm sure that you will succeed. It will take time, but never underestimate yourself. You will succeed in everything you do. What are the difficulties that you encounter with the parents, with the society of Abuja, with, when you talk about ballet or when you present something about ballet?
Okay. Not like we have much difficulties. The major difficulties that we have currently is, here in Nigeria, ballet is known to be an expensive form of dance. That's how some of us describe it.
Yeah.
So before you can go into a ballet school, you need to have some certain financial capacity to be able to get well trained and all that. But my vision is actually not in that direction. I have lots of students in my academy who come from a local background, and some of them, in fact, majority of them are on scholarship in this academy. We are paying for their training fees and to support their vision and all that. So the area that we seem to have few challenges when it comes to registering for ballet school, enrolling their kids, by the time they make inquiry and you get to know that, okay, this is what it entails, it will be like, oh, like they do not still understand, some of them do not still understand the value that they get in ballet.
Yeah.
So some parents still see it as, okay, my child is going there to have fun and make friends, and so I don't think I should pay that much.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes.
So
Yes.
we're still trying our possible best to ensure we create that awareness, make them understand that, oh, no, ballet is not about this. There's a whole lot that you can benefit in a ballet class or in a ballet school when you register your child in it. And so, yeah, those are the major factors. We've been having it for years now, but it's quite better now, unlike when we started. It was quite very, very difficult when we started, convincing people to see reasons, to see that, yes, there's so much more in ballet and all that. Yeah, so because someone might ask you, okay, after performing on the TV, because that's more like the end result of being a ballet dancer. So what else we do with it? You know,
Yes,
what do you do with it? So those are questions that kept coming and all that. But now, as we're having more people get exposed, traveling out. Some of our parents have traveled out, seeing things and all that, and we're like, oh no, we have to do better now. So I wouldn't call that a challenge though, because it's getting results.
From how many years did you create the Goodness Ballet Dance Academy?
Yeah, Goodness Ballet Dance Academy is 6 years old now.
6 years.
Or 6 years old. Yes.
So you must also give some time also that the students will get more technique, more work, more they will become more perfect in everything. And but the idea is, and it would be wonderful if you have at least 1 or 2 students from your academy who can study abroad, and you select the best one and you give them that opportunity to study ballet abroad.
Can you repeat that? To study what?
Sorry?
You said if I can give one of my students an opportunity to study what? Can you repeat that?
To study ballet, but to go or in England or in Canada or with a teacher that you know, and after a while she will start to study ballet and return back to Nigeria, and people will understand also and will realize the complete technique that your student has received, either from your school and either from working in other countries. And that would be a prestige for Nigeria to have a few selected dancers who have been working also in other countries. But this will that will come slowly. And what you could develop, maybe it could be if you have a teacher who comes from Europe or from Canada, of United States or whatever, and they stay a couple of months and they correct everything, they watch everything, and they work with you as well in order that you develop this good and strong work on the technique point of view, and that would maybe develop your school in with how can I say with great improvement to all your work system. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a very good idea. Majorly having a teacher coming to Nigeria to have some training with us. That is what I'm even more interested in, because almost all students, we have the privilege to benefit, right?
Yes.
My teachers in the academy, we also have the privilege to benefit.
Yes.
Even the parents will also get to know that, yes, we have, the academy have a teacher who we're able to bring a teacher who was able to help their children even develop far better. Yeah. Then extensively now, maybe the following year, we can now have one or two that could go outside the country to even have more, to explore more and as well develop professionally. Yeah. So I will really wish for such an idea. We are on it. So far with the contact I have, I'm looking at speaking with few. We're bringing a teacher from Europe or from other countries to Nigeria, from Russia to Nigeria. It's not really an easy task. A lot of people, a lot of discussions and all that. But nevertheless, we're not giving up on it. We are still hoping that
yes,
have few of them on ground.
Yes. And what about how is the society and the parents and generally speaking reacting when there are boys who wish to do ballet?
Okay. Well, here when you talk about ballet in Nigeria, most people feel it's for girls. But this is another area, I'm a male teacher, as equally a male dancer. So I can categorically say that it's a difficult process convincing parents to bring out their boys for training.
Yes.
We have this mentality, the mindset that ballet are meant for girls. And when a particular parent comes to the ballet class and see that almost everyone here are girls, and the boy is so interested, they will not want to push forward, but to encourage and be like, oh no, be like, oh no, these are girls, no, these are no girls. Let me take you to football, let me take you to basketball, let me take you to other things. This one is for girls, So that's, we've been having that back and forth for years now. At some point in my academy, I thought I had won that challenge, because I call it a big challenge. I thought I won already, because I had like about three or four boys in my academy. So I was very, very happy. I dedicated my time, passion, energy, even resources to train these boys so that I can be able to use them later, right? And use them to propagate the gospel of ballet. That yes, ballet is even, because I even tell some of my parents, I said, when you go to Europe, you will find majorly boys ballet than girls ballet. You will see ballet is even more of boys than it is more of girls, the way you are thinking. So it's not really about girls and no boys, no. So it wasn't really an easy task encouraging the boys here and all that. Out of these 4 boys, I just have one that is still in, no, few of them got into schools and all that, that are still in the academy and all. So it's really a tough task sensitizing people about boys ballet and all. So I as well use myself as an example. I'm a male teacher, so there is no way if I'm a female, it could be difficult for me to explain. But for the fact that I'm a male, I use myself as an example. You know, so if I can do it, your son can do it as well. So that's another area I look into. I wish when we're having a teacher as well that will be coming to Nigeria, I so much wish one of them could be a male teacher so that we can as well use that as an example. You know, ballet is both gender. There are parts where a male has to do their own role, while there are parts where the female has to do their own role. When we, in the absence of male, what do we do? See, so that's a really a great challenge.
Well, let me explain to you something. This is an experience I personally had while I was teaching in Morocco. And in Morocco, of course, is maybe less open mentality than Nigeria, because people absolutely, they say no for the ballet for boys. So we had, with my mother, she was teaching with me as well, we had to make a sort of camouflage, and we said to the families who had boys and they wanted to do ballet, we said, no, you are not going to do ballet, but you're going to learn gymnastics. And you will start with the gymnastic. Then after 1 year, 1 year and a half, your body is ready for the gymnastic, you will start maybe learning the base of ballet. But we shall see what is going to happen. So the parents, they didn't actually know that we were teaching gymnastics mixed with ballet. So the boys, finally, we had about 8 boys, and the boys became stronger technically than the girls.
Whoa.
And the muscles were much stronger. They could also prepare themselves to, for the pas de deux work and for the lifts and everything. So that was a big impact, not only for them, but also for us as a teacher, because we had to find a way to make a camouflage in order to not say to the parents, your son is doing ballet, because otherwise the parents would say no, and they would take them off of the ballet school. So we had to go slowly, slowly. Then finally, one day, we invited the parents, because there were the exams at the ballet school. We had a very big ballet studio, and we invited the parents, and we showed them some work from big ballet academy, from the Opera of Paris, from the Bolshoi, from the Scala of Milan, and we told them, look, your son is going to try to do this type of work. So the parents said, no, 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 absolutely not. So we said, okay, just come to the exams and see what your son is doing now. And when they saw the children working at the bar, doing, and also in the center, but doing also other movements, other type of work, they couldn't believe it. So they finally said, okay, we agree, our son is going to do ballet. So this is how everything started. Now you must try to find a way, like a camouflage, to the parents to make them understand what is the culture of ballet for boys, which is completely different from girls. Because the girl must be graceful, must be elegant in the movement, must have expression. You see what I mean? But the boy must be athletic. He must be strong like a lion. He cannot be gentle, he cannot be cute, he cannot be feminine. He must be strong. Otherwise,
Yeah.
it's not athleticism. So it's completely different, unless you do a ballet with a specific role where you have to, like Mother Simone in La Fille Gardée and all this, but this is completely different. That comes after years and years and years of work. So in the beginning now, I think that you will be able to convince the parents, but it takes time because they
Yeah.
need some time to believe in you, to trust you,
Mhm.
because you are the only reference point of the ballet school. Maybe you have other teachers also who work with you, but you must all find a way to make this idea, this concept of boys understandable to the society. Maybe by doing performances and talking to the audience. Because also when you talk to the audience, instead of making a performance, it gives the opportunity to have a dialogue. It gives the opportunity to exchange ideas. You see, if you have videos, show them the video of how the boys do ballet class, how the boys work. So this would help,
Mhm.
you see. So you are lucky also that you are in a moment where with a single click you go on YouTube and you find all the videos of ballet, which is very easy, especially the Russian ballet school, which is the wonderful ballet school. So that would be a good example also for the audience. Uh,
Thank you. Thank you. You are right.
So, but it will take time. It will take time, and but you must never underestimate yourself, because you have created in your mind your goals, and
Mhm.
you will reach them. You will reach them, but you have to find the key to open those goals and to reach those goals. And
Thank you very much.
but what are your dreams to see the Goodness Ballet Academy do in the future?
Okay. This is another big question,
I
and
know.
I'm diving. I am actually a dream achiever, a goal getter. I so much believe when I set out to do something, it
Yes.
has to be done. It really has to be done because I share with one of my ballet friends from Austria. I told her, I said, Ramona, I have a vision, a very big vision for this
Yeah.
my ballet school. She
Yeah.
said, okay, go on, Reuben, share with me. And I shared to her. And before I shared the vision with her, I said something. I said, I believe, irrespective of the difficulty, no matter what it is, once an idea gets into your head, it is possible to
Yeah.
do. It is possible to achieve. If it happens that even the idea is something that has never happened in this world, but for the fact that it comes to your mind, it means it is doable. It means you can achieve it. So now this is the vision. This is the big dream. I want to, like Goodness Ballet Dance Academy is going to later develop to be a goodness school of art,
Mm.
just like the way we have the Royal Academy of Dance,
Yeah.
RAD, right? So I want to own a school of art whereby as well made research before having this kind of vision. I've made a lot of research. In the whole of Africa, it does not exist.
Yes.
We don't have it yet. So I want to have a school of art whereby the students are going to come to school. It's going to be a live-in school. They're going to live in the school premises and take ballet courses, like
Yes.
a full-time course. Just like when you go into the university and say you want to go study painting, you take your time. They teach you these things in a simple term, right? Adding the mathematics, English, and all that, the things that will make you, the subjects are going to make you to understand the painting fully. So that is the same way we're going to have different areas of art.
Yes.
So it is Goodness Ballet Dance Academy, the ballet school that was going to be the school of art.
Yes.
So I want whereby students are going to come, take their courses. It could be 8 years course. It could be how many years course, depending on the structure. They take their course and they are able to graduate. But before they graduate, even while they're taking their courses, the academy is showcasing them, showcasing their art, artistry to the world. You
Yeah.
know, this is exactly what we want to project. We want it in a situation that even the government of the country will look and be like, wow, this we have never seen before.
Yes, exactly.
You know,
Because it becomes like the Opera of Paris Ballet School Academy, like the Scala of Milan, where everything is concentrated on the formal studies and the art studies together.
yeah, that's exactly what I want to see.
Yes. So if you are able to create that in Nigeria, that would be wonderful. That would be
It's
wonderful.
possible. It's doable. As
Um,
a matter of fact, I've had this dream for the past 3 years now, right? Then last month, sorry, around November last year, immediately we finished our Festival of Art, the program, and I just had, maybe I slept and I woke up the following day, and there is a word that dropped in my spirit. I was like, Reuben, next year, that is 2025, start making preparations in respect to this dream. It has to come to pass. A lot of people are looking forward to this opportunity. You know, now this is one of my reasons for doing this. Not the major reason though, but one of my reasons. I want to be able to have our students focused
yeah.
in this form of art fully, so that the teachers can be able to educate them, right? Inculcate them, train them, not just training alone. That's why I said it's going to be like a boarding school. It's going to be a school where they are living,
Yes.
right? Have other boarding schools and all. So, like one of the challenges we face sometimes is that when schools, the normal schools are having exam period, a lot of parents pull their kids out from
Yes.
a ballet class here and be like, they need them to focus on their exam, they need them to study, and also we have less, and it affects a lot of things that we're doing. Let's say, for instance, we're working towards a dance or working towards a particular auditioning and so on. It affects it. So we now want to have that school.
Yes.
At least when you bring your child, you know there is no situation about I'm having when the child is writing an exam in the Goodness School of Art, it's a real school. It's recognized,
Yes.
right, as a real school. But at the same time, it is a school of art.
Yes.
So not like the way we have in Nigeria here. I've seen a school of science and technology,
Yes.
right? They go there, they learn how to do some things, they develop some tech and other things and all that. So the same way we want to have this school of art,
Yes.
where we have to imbibe that idea of art into them.
Yes. That would be a beautiful thing. A beautiful thing if you succeed in doing this. Do you have the infrastructure to create all that?
No, not yet. But
It will come. It will come. It will come.
you
Maybe
know,
with the support of the government, they will help
Mhm.
you to create that. You know, you don't need actually such a immense infrastructure, but a good little building, not
Mhm.
building of 10 stores, no, but I mean, even if it's two, but it's quite, you know, something like 400 square meters, which is quite big, but at least
Yeah.
help you to divide into different classes and to develop all your,
Yeah, yeah.
you see?
Yes, I posted something on our page, or like posted something on our Facebook page
Yeah,
earlier this year, and it's a building, like an AI generated building
yes,
of the School of Art, and it was written with Goodness School of Art, right?
yeah,
So the reason why I did that was I want to remind myself where I am going. You
yes,
know, I want to be able, when I look at this, I'll be like, okay, yes, I'm on track. We
yes,
need to keep it going. I'm on
yeah,
track for the sake of this. We need to keep it going. So definitely, I understand what you're saying. Not just involving the government alone, not just involving the government. There are other partners who this idea may definitely, especially those that actually love working with children and so on. who will definitely pick few interest and all that. So I'm already making research, talking to few and see what we can come up with.
Yeah. Well, you are very young. That is an advantage. So you are lucky because as you are young, you will be able to fight and for this project. You have to do it. You have to do it, and this is your main task. But you will succeed in doing this. But it takes time to find the right person at the right time, to get the permits, to get maybe the government involved into this, to develop something good for the youth of tomorrow. Because you are not actually doing this only for yourself, but you are doing this for all the society of Abuja, of Nigeria. Because this is something that this is something that will remain for many, many years in the future. So you have to build it and you have to create it with good criteria in order that it remains for many decades. And people who will come after you in Nigeria will follow your legacy, will follow your idea, because you will be the founder of this big academy and this big university or school or whatever. Another question, when you have to perform, do you have a theater?
Okay, by theater you mean a stage?
Yes.
Okay, we don't have a stage that is designed for ballet or that is designed for dance in Nigeria here. What we do mostly is when we want to perform, we go to, there are what we call event centers, right? There are some places that are used for events, maybe for music, for weddings, event centers, right? So we could rent some of those places and would use their stage. Only if it's in some areas, some of them do not have a stage, we have to build a stage.
Okay, so you can use that as a stage.
Yes.
Oh, you can use that. But do you have to pay for that?
Yes, we do. We have to pay for that because it's a rented, it's just only for that day where you get to do your event. So you really have to pay for it.
Okay. But you don't have any support for to perform? I mean, instead of paying, I don't know, 1,000, 2,000 euro, you could pay half of it?
Not at the moment. We do not partner. We don't have any partnership or sponsorship for now that are taking care of those things. But hopefully, we look forward to.
And the parents, they don't try to help you?
Yes, the parents are very supportive. Parents are very supportive in this academy. I can also use an example of last year, the program that we just had last year, when we looked at a lot of things that needed to be done and all, when it comes to costumes for the kids, to perform, preparations, a lot of things that, so some of the parents were able to come up and be like, yeah, we need to support this academy in this, because these are our children, of course, doing this. So they need to support the academy in this particular area. Yeah, we have the best parents, I can say.
Yes.
I can say that.
How many are the children in your ballet school who would like to make of the dance a profession? Who dream about making dance a profession?
Okay. Yeah. I can tell you that almost every student in this academy really, really wants to take their ballet as a profession. Almost all. But you see those ones in the higher level, they do not want to joke with it at all.
Yes.
Right? They do not want to joke with it. And their interest differs.
Yes.
right? Their interest in ballet differs. There are some that will tell you, yes, I really want to take it as a profession, and there are some that would make it their everyday confession.
Yes.
Like they always talk about it almost every time. So
Yeah.
when we come to about those number of those ones that are really, really keen into it, that really, really want to do with it, I can tell you there are about 10 of them.
Yeah.
And they are more like in the senior category.
Yes. Well, when you are young, young people have many dreams. They all want to become, when you ask to a
Something.
child, I want to become a prima ballerina, I want to become a star of dance, I want to perform in great opera houses. Yes, that is wonderful. But you have to build up the technique. You have to see if your physical ability gives you the opportunity to succeed in ballet. Not all children can dance. They can learn dance, but that doesn't mean that they will succeed. And then is the destiny of life who decide for you. So this is for not only for Nigeria, but is for all students around the world. They, dreams are dreams, but the reality is something different. And
Something entirely different.
you realize that is reality who takes the priority
The decision.
yeah, on your dance career, or
Yeah.
you do ballet because you love it, but then it comes a moment where you realize that you are not up to it. So, but there are many little things that get developed with the years. On what concerns Nigeria, uh, do you think that maybe in 10 years, in 20 years, you could have your own ballet company?
Okay. Well, I'm not seeing myself in 10, 20 years. I am seeing myself less than that,
Mm.
right? That I will definitely have my own ballet company, right? And it's something I am already on that path.
Yes.
Do you understand? So I'm already on that path. I believe within the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, we are settled, fully settled,
Mm.
fully settled. It
And,
might look so difficult, but I'm someone who, when I go for something, I'll definitely get it because my heart is in it.
and how do you think the audience would react if one day Nigeria has its own ballet company?
Well, it's going to be a beautiful thing. Number one, it will help the country's profile, right? This is something that is really going to help the country's profile, knowing that yes, Nigeria is one of those countries that is looking heads when it comes to ballet and all that. Like when you're talking about ballet in Africa, you must mention South Africa as it stands now.
Yes.
You have to mention South Africa, you have to mention Egypt, you have to mention, yeah, those are the two countries that I know so far. And now Nigeria is taking interest. And one good thing again about we Nigerians is that by the time we know how to make headlines on the news, globally, by the time we are up and all that, a lot of people will be very interested. And I also look forward to a time whereby running a ballet school in Nigeria would, I'm looking for the right way to put it now. Having a ballet school in Nigeria, a very big ballet company in Nigeria, would help us to have a one united Africa
Mm.
or a united African ballet culture or a united African ballet student.
Yes.
I'm very, very serious. And this is one of the reasons why Goodness School of Art is going to come into play, would help. We have someone from Zimbabwe, from
Yes.
Zambia, from Ghana, from Cameroon coming down to Nigeria to study because they know it is not a study that they would study in the morning and go home in the afternoon. It is a live-in study. They are living within the environment of the school, right? The school is giving them accommodation and other things, just like travel out to study and all. And it's going to take a particular year or some particular years for them to be able to graduate or for them to be able to achieve
Yes. Yes, I understand.
few things and all. So I'm looking forward to that particular system. We have that oneness in Nigeria here.
I think that what you have said is very interesting, and you will be able to create that because you are a very inspiring artist. You are a very inspiring and strong. You are a very strong artist, and you look like a very a person who has many doubts. But this is a camouflage. It's a mask because you are inside. I can feel that you are very strong, like a tiger, like a lion, and you really
Thank you so much.
want
Thank
you really want to succeed in doing every single move. And you are also very clever, I think. And you know how to do things. You know how to do things. But you will succeed. You will succeed. As I said before, you nothing comes easy. You will have difficult moments, but never underestimate yourself, even in the difficult moments, because you will do it, because you want to do it, and you must do it. So,
Thank you. Thank you.
so I hope that your interview will not be listened only by you or by your teachers, but I hope that your interview is going to be listened also from upgrade people who work in the government of Nigeria, who can support you, who can understand, and maybe they will ask you to present something written for the future project, and that would be make part to introduce the art of ballet in the culture of the country. And
Thank
it
you so
becomes
much.
on a cultural level, then it can open many, many, many gates, many doors, even internationally. So that would be, this step by step. You must go step by step, slowly, slowly, and you will do it. You will do it. It's like in ballet. When you do a ballet class and you have a student, you try to do a pirouette. Or you try to do the pirouette, you lose your balance, you fall flat on the floor like an iron machine. You stand up
Yes,
again, you do it
you
again, you
continue
do it again 1,000 of
to
times.
grow
After
your balance. Yeah.
maybe after 1 month, you will start controlling the good balance, and then maybe after 2 months, you will start doing a good turn. And this is your project. Your project is going to have some difficulties, but you will succeed. This is the idea of
Thank
painting
you.
that I'm trying to give to everyone.
Thank
So,
you very, very much.
um, um, Mr. Rube, uh,
Yes.
okay, now you teach. You are supported by other teachers. Okay, how many hours do you work per day? How many hours do you spend?
Please, can you ask the question again?
How many hours do you spend during the day for ballet?
Okay. How many hours do I spend during the day for ballet? I
Working
can tell
and
you,
teaching and
yes, working. Approximately 6 hours every day, approximately 6 hours. And there are times that I do 12 hours. Yeah. And yes, there are times when, like, around last year, I traveled to another city for a project, not ballet though. And 1 month, I spent 1 month there. By the time I came back, I called my students, the senior level. I called them, and then we had a training on Friday morning. It was a Friday morning. We had a training from around 9 a.m. and we ended that training about 6 p.m. So it's more like a 9 hours training. See? So I think that would be the first time we have such long training. Yes.
You were
So
not,
that's more like 9 hours.
you were not exhausted? You were not tired?
Well, the good thing is these kids, if they ask them who's Mr. Reuben, they will tell you they are they are free to talk with me. So even in the midst of training, we're able to talk and laugh and also get serious because there's time for everything, right? But still, that keeps that the love, it keeps that fire, it rekindles that fire for in depth to train even better. Once they know Mr. Reuben is around, yeah, we're good to go.
Yes. So actually, you know, who gave me your name is Mrs. I think is Mrs. Abba. I don't know if you heard her name. She is from Ballet, West Africa. And when I asked her, I think she told me, why don't you try to contact Mr. Reuben from Nigeria? And she spoke very well about you. And this is how I got in touch with you through Facebook, of course. And now I must also thanks to this lady because she gave me the opportunity to discover a new great artist, which is you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Mr. Reuben, we have reached the end of our interview. Is there anything that comes from your heart that you would like to say to the young generation of Nigeria and the hope that you would like to give them and introducing the art of ballet in Nigeria? Could you say something about this?
Okay, just in a very few words, I'll start by saying, just like as I always say, whatever that you have in mind, whatever that is deposited in your mind is very, very achievable.
Yes. Hello? Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, 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 I can hear, but you were your image was stuck a little bit, but it was okay.
Okay, can I start again?
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
I heard
Okay, so I was saying, this is my message for the young people in my country. Whatever that is deposited in your heart or in your mind that you really want to do, you really have to take it serious because the power to achieve it lies within you. It is when you make a move, that is when you are closer to even your dream and your goal. Do not let anyone distract you, you know? So, and mostly for those that really want to get engaged in ballet training in Nigeria and in Africa at large, but are very skeptical about it. They are not sure if they really want to do this, especially the boys who are kind of shy. What is the world going to say about me? Come on, get into class, get your training routine set. Do not be afraid of anything. Tomorrow, the world will definitely recognize you as someone who has given it his best, right, in training, and definitely something that you're not going to regret at all. So, like I always say, whatever comes to your mind is achievable. So do not be distracted. Thank you.
it's beautiful, beautiful. You have a volcano of energy, Mr. Reuben. You are really full of energy, and this is excellent.
Thank you very much.
This is excellent to develop new projects because the people like you, they need all that energy that you have. Today, this is missing in Europe.
Thank you so much. This is
Your
really, really a
energy,
huge privilege for me.
your energy is rare to find someone who has your energy in Europe today. because people are
Thank you.
too scared. You are not scared. You go for it. So you
Thank you.
don't really care of what people think, of people what might do. You just do it, and you enjoy doing it. So
Mhm.
you will succeed in that. I'm sure you will. You,
Thank you very much.
I
Yeah.
have no
Thank
doubt
you.
about it. So
Yeah, I sincerely appreciate it.
one little question. Uh, how many ballet schools are there in Abuja or in Nigeria who are trying also to do not like you, but something similar?
Okay, yes. I know few ballet schools in Abuja, yeah, that have been in existence even before, like even years, like 5, 10 years in existence, even before we came to it. We created our own ballet school here, and they are doing their own best to offering trainings in their very own way. And I'm also happy now that, unlike in the past, now the Nigerian ballet teachers in different cities are able to come together, know each other, know okay, what's your studio, and we're able to grow gradually now of this present age. So this is something that also gives me joy.
So they collaborate one with another, let's say.
Yes, yes, yes.
This is good. This is very good. So, Mr. Rubin, we have finished our interview. The interview was about nearly 1 hour long, but
Mm-hmm.
we didn't feel the weight of this hour because
It was just like a 10 minutes.
everything
It
was
was like a 10 minute interview.
everything was interesting from the beginning up to the very end. So I really
Thank you so much.
it's me
Thank you so much. I
who
sincerely
is
appreciate this
saying
show
with
tonight.
all my heart a real thank you to you, Mr. Ruben. And I hope one
Thank
day,
you.
I really hope one day we shall meet. And why not?
Yes,
Why not?
yes,
If I can help in some way, don't hesitate to ask. So
definitely.
you stay online a little minute now. I will end up for the people who are listening to you. You know, the one of Ballet International Group, all the members. So, ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen of Ballet International, I wish to thank you so much for following and listening, Mr. Reuben Nkwoka. And he made a beautiful interview today. And I really hope, and I think you will all agree with me, to see his projects become true. So I really wish with all my heart to see something new, something positive coming for Nigeria. This is what I want. And so thank you, everyone. And thank you, Mr. Nkwoka Ruba. And one last thing,
thank you very much.
I will send you the link of YouTube. Would you give me the permission to upload the link, to upload the video on YouTube, the interview?
Yes, yes, please. I'll be very excited.
Okay, so once I will send you the link, you can send it to all the people who are interested about the art of ballet. Okay, so you
Thank
stay one
you. Thank
minute?
you so much. Okay.
1 minute?